and hello Instagram. All right, so I'm doing both. I'm streaming on both. And I actually haven't done this for a while. Actually, going live on both social medias, especially Instagram and Facebook at the same time. But here I am. I want to have a deep conversation, and I want to go deep in regards to pretty much the topic. If you've been following me on social media, you'll be seeing some of the stuff I've been posting lately, which is all about where kids are these days, where men are at these days, and what we need to do as men, strong men, or what we need to do as men to become those strong men that will lead by example, and help these young kids. And sadly, we're in a weak society where there's a lot of men that are afraid to have those conversations. There's a lot of weakness in regards to men speaking their truth and for men to find their voice. So at the end of this, I hope that at some point you will either share it with someone or you will find within yourself what courage you need to be able to stand up and be the man that that the world needs right now. So we're going to get straight into it. I'm literally going to be talking about the four pillars of leadership strength, and I talk about the four pillars quite a bit in regards to my Awaken Warrior program that I have. The Awaken Warrior program, if you don't know, is a 26-week program. It's a very in-depth program. It covers the four pillars. We talk about the physical strength and the physical benefit, which is the body. We're breaking it up into two areas. So physically, in other words, training. We talk about the nutrition. We talk about the spiritual connection. We talk about relationships. We talk about education, and we talk about mindset. So there's a lot of things in that program, and it's 26 weeks. It's not a fucking quick fix. This is not a 7-day guide. This is not a 7-day program. It's a very in-depth 26-week one-on-one. It is in an online format, but it's one-on-one coaching. Every single week we will get together and we'll have that conversation. Now, I want to highlight that I have two programs. That Awaken Warrior program is specifically targeted for men. It's specifically a program designed for men and to help men become the leaders of the world that the world needs. Then I have a second program, which is both for men and women, and that is my Ultimate Reset program. And my Ultimate Reset program is a program that is 16 weeks, and it's purely focusing on three things, like three pillars. It's your body, so the physical aspect, your training, it's the nutrition, and it's mindset. It's just those three. There are some mindset things in there, but it's not as depth. It's not one-on-one. It is more of a group coaching format. However, every single week you will get a check-in with me. So that's the difference between the two programs. So I don't want to get off track too much. I want to make this really quick, nice and easy. I want to get straight to the point in typically what I want to talk about. Hence the topic of the conversation and the topic of the live is, are you strong enough to lead? So let's go in these four pillars. Go to the four pillars of leadership and strength. The first pillar is physical strength. And I'm going to touch on that quite a bit. I'm a very, very firm believer of that. The second one is your mental strength. The third one is your emotional strength. And the fourth one is your spiritual strength. So let's go number one. Number one, physical strength. Again, those of you that have been following me for a little while know that I have done bodybuilding in the past, and I am a trainer coach. I've been in the fitness industry for over 30 years. I did bodybuilding for a good 10 years after taking approximately a 10-year break from the competing. So I've done about 30 odd shows. So I kind of know my shit when it comes to personal training. Ran a bodybuilding federation down in Victoria when I was there, and have been a judge for bodybuilding, and also not only in Australia at a national level, state level, and internationally. So I kind of know my thing when it comes to bodybuilding. So when it comes to the physical transformation and the benefits of physical strength, 100% hands down, I know exactly what the benefits are. And again, one of the main problems that I see in the world is that I see a lot of weak men on a physical aspect. There's a lot of men that just that can't do 10 push-ups. So when you look at it from a physical strength perspective, is that if you're a father, how are you going to be strong enough to be able to discipline your son? And I'm not talking about physically discipline, but to be able to have that courage to be able to have those conversations when you know you can't defend yourself on a physical level. Like, how are you going to protect your family if something happens when you can't even do 10 push-ups and you can't even look after yourself on a physical level? So that's definitely some of the aspects there. So the whole basis of having a strong body for men is that when we've got a strong body, we have a strong mind, and we can lead a lot better knowing that we feel strong within ourselves. We have had the discipline to be able to do the things we need to do to build on our physical strength. And when you have that, and when you look at it, that what kids see, kids don't want to fucking hear what you say. They don't want to listen to you. Kids will watch. And if you're the person that's all about words and you're just wanting to have a conversation, or if you're just wanting to criticize, or you're wanting to have a debate with a kid, they're going to tune out. Like, they're not even going to fucking pay attention to you. But they will watch what you do, what you say, and how you act. And that's so physical strength is such an important one for men from a protector point of view. All right. So really important when it comes to the physical strength. The other thing is leaders just don't look the part. They actually live it. All right. So from a physical aspect perspective is that you need to be able to have the energy to be able to do the things you need to do as a leader, as a father, lead by that example. So having a physical body, and I'm not talking about just a lean jack body. Yes, that's the end result. And yes, just imagine if you're 40 and you're walking around with a dad bod, and I want you to internalize this, like, how would you feel if you looked at yourself in the mirror and you were lean and jacked and you had muscles? Like, I'm not talking about rippling muscles. I'm not talking about you becoming an Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you literally had shape. You had an athletic body. You had abdominals. How do you think you would lead? It's a pretty easy answer. You're also finding that when you have physical strength, what's your energy like? Not any energy, not any endurance, but also what's your libido going to be like? You're going to feel pretty fucking good about yourself. So that's a big one when it comes to the physical strength. There's so many benefits to it. There's the endorphin. There's the feel-good hormones that are running through your body when you're training and after you're training and when you look at yourself in the mirror. So, guys, if you're not fucking looking after yourself on a physical level, start fucking doing it. All right, pillar number two. Pillar number two, we're going to be talking about mental strength. And it's a matter of mastering your mindset. Look, every single fucking day we have challenges that come to us. Every single day. The big thing I like to talk about is mental toughness. And I did a live about this a couple of days ago in regards to mental toughness and what you actually need in order to be able to master the mental toughness game. And mastering the mental toughness game is when you are faced with challenges and how you overcome that. You're either going to sit there and you're going to feel stuck, or you're going to move on and you're going to overcome those challenges. And the biggest thing is, from a mental strength perspective, is again that discipline to be able to keep moving forward. There's going to be challenges faced every single day. There's going to be stuff that we are going to look at and go, oh fuck, am I going to get over this? That mental toughness game that we need to ensure that we keep finding a way to move forward, which is all part of purpose. You need to master that. Having mental strength also is your emotional control. Can you stay composed when there's a challenge or when there's pressure? Overcoming limiting beliefs. Every single fucking one of us has them. It's your self-doubt, your weakness. Tell yourself if you can do things or if you can't do things. Either way, you're right. So how do you talk to yourself? Are you one of these people that are pessimistic? Or are you one of these people that see everything as an opportunity? So there's really two options you can look at it. Um, for me personally, I see everything as a lesson and as an opportunity to move forward. I see every day in order to get better. Yeah, I get challenges. 100% I get challenges, just like everyone else. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you doing to overcome that? Like, what discipline are you teaching yourself? What decisions are you making? Are you clear, or are you just being governed and by other people? We'll talk about that another time. Governed. All right, pillar number 3. We're talking about emotional strength. Um, I think emotional strength, and this is probably a bit of a hard topic for a lot of people to even comprehend, is emotional strength. I believe is why there's so much TV. Oh, I think why there is so much domestic violence in Australia at the moment, worldwide, is that there's a lot of men that from a mental strength perspective, is that they can't control their emotions. And so therefore, when it comes to emotional strength, is that, it's either a fight or flight mode, or, the reactive. So when it comes to emotional strength, it's, are you leading through fear, or are you leading through trust? Trust in yourself more than anything. The ability to handle rejection. Fucking most men can't. In business, I get it every single fucking day. But you have to stand up and you have to move on. So from an emotional strength perspective, is, can you handle rejection? Can you handle setbacks? Can you handle criticism? Can you handle all of that without losing your shit? So it's an important one for men to have a look at that. What's your emotional strength, emotional maturity, strength and vulnerability, not using vulnerability as a currency. In other words, not to stay in vulnerability and pry on women that just want to help. It's okay to share your vulnerability, but you just can't stay there. It's okay to be vulnerable, but that's where your authenticity comes in. It's also when you're coming from a place of truth. One of the phrases I use all the time is, stop fucking lying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to other people around you. Start being truth, because you can't hide the facts, and the facts are the facts. And if you're constantly convincing yourself otherwise, you're living a life of a lie. And at some point, you're going to get caught out. And when you do, are you going to be that fucking 2-year-old toddler that's going to have the crack the shits? Or are you going to be the man that's going to man up and go, yeah, I own it. I own that shit. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4, spiritual strength. All right, so number 4, when it comes to spiritual strength, I want you to not necessarily look at this from a religious perspective. Like, all I want you to do and look at it from an aspect of leadership without purpose is empty. So spiritual strength, I would look at more so you connecting with yourself internally, listening to that internal voice. Whatever that voice is, you can name it, and you can identify it however you want. It can be God, it can be spirit, it can be universe, call it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But it's an internal voice that you're either avoiding or you're tuning into and trusting. When it comes to purpose, I want you to have a look at also is like, what are you fighting for? Like, what do we put on this earth to do? There's another famous quote. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. Is that kind of about right? I don't know. Someone correct me. It's something similar. Something very similar. All right. Also with spiritual strength, how to align your actions with your mission greater than yourself. In other words, this goes internally. This goes in, are you tuning into yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Are you trusting in that guidance that you're hearing within you? And the other one is daily practices to build unshakable inner strength. And those daily practices are either breath work, meditation, walking in nature, tuning out, you know, turning your phone off, just taking some time out for you. Tune into the noises of nature and the noises around you. All right, so they are my 4 pillars that I wanted to talk about. The first one, again, the physical strength. Second one is mental strength. The third one is emotional strength. And the fourth one is spiritual strength. All right, now before I go, a couple of things before I go. I'm going to make this real quick. There's a leadership test. Your leadership test, are you strong enough? All right, a self-reflection exercise. Where are you lacking strength? And be fucking honest. Be fucking honest. Be real. Like, have a look. Okay. Here's something that I see all the fucking time. All the time. And you know what? Hey, I'm used to this. But every time I'm either walking in a shopping center or if I'm just walking around, and you know what? There's a husband and wife or there's a girlfriend, boyfriend. There's always the guy will look at me. Hey, I'm 55 years old and I actually think I look pretty good for my age. I know I can be better though. But yet I actually have more men look at me and more men, I don't know what they think, but I actually have more men look at me when I'm walking around more so than females. I'm not gay. We're allowed to say that now. You know, but I also, and I know that's the case, but then I also look at it and go, mate, what the fuck's stopping you? What's stopping you from looking like I am, looking like me? Becoming the best version of yourself you possibly can fucking be. So self-reflection exercise is one thing I want you to look at. So where are you lacking your strength? The second one is the cost of weak leadership or the cost of your weakness. Now, where are you not stepping up? What will happen when you don't step up? And how to cultivate and sharpen a leadership edge. How do you embrace the leadership role that you know you have? Every single one of us do, because if you have kids, you've got your kids that are looking up to you. And then you're leading by example. And they are literally mirroring everything you do. Everything you do. So make sure, I want you to look at it from that perspective. I'm just going to have a quick look at some comments here. If anyone has tuned in, and welcome. Welcome everyone that's tuning in. Excuse me. Welcome everyone that's tuning in both on Facebook and also on Instagram. All right, we're going for nearly 20 minutes. Okay, this is a bit longer than I thought, but at the same time, I think it's very much needed. I am going to save these. So if you have any comments and you have been listening to this all the way through, please leave some comments in below. Let me know. Let me know what you think, both on Instagram and Facebook. Let me know your thoughts. Let's open up this fucking debate. It's long overdue that we actually need a lot more men to actually stand in their leadership, stand in their strength, and start to call out the fucking bullshit. Start hold people to account. Government, you know, your kids, all these people that you know that are doing the wrong thing, let's hold them to account. So my call to you, my challenge is for you to step up. Step up. Pretty simple. I'm not asking you to master it tomorrow. I'm just asking you to step up. Every single fucking day. Just step up. Be better. Do better. Do not quit. Just do better. And the one thing I want you to ask yourself is what is that action that you're going to take today that's going to enable you to step up? And yes, it's going to get hard. You have to embrace the suck. You just have to embrace it. There's no other way around this, because at the end of the day, if you face the suck, you've got two options. Find a way to overcome it, or you're going to fucking quit. And are you going to continually quit or continue to quit? No, fucking don't do that. Because like I said, if you're a father, if you've got kids around you, they will be seeing and they will do exactly the same thing. All right. The second one is I want to invite you. I want to invite you into the brotherhood movement. And this is also to females as well. I want you to come into the Warriors Brotherhood. Now, the Warriors Brotherhood is a space of like-minded men and women, and really important for women. I want you to jump in here, and I want you to be able to have those conversations that and call the bullshit out, call men out. I want you to have those conversations. So it's on Facebook. It is a private group, a public group. It is called the Warriors Brotherhood. I want you to jump in and let's start having those conversations. And the third one I want you to do is, if you feel aligned to this, if you feel like you want to go all in, send me a DM. Send me a DM, 2 words, all in. And let's start having that conversation. Guys, girls, thank you so much for joining. Hope you have an amazing night. It is, it's about that time here on the Gold Coast. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for tuning in. And we will be chatting to you guys very, very soon. Like I said, please leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. And let's start having those conversations that need to be had. Thank you, guys.